let us add this. I don't know if you would want to use it because I was looking at your video. This is the they are coming in. Come on in, you guys. Happy Saturday. Thank you, Sabrina. Thanks. Thanks. Mm, welcome, welcome. Thanks.
Yo, good people. It's your homie HerbMan. Busting you back upside of here with another hot banger booger. Please go tell somebody. Go tell somebody. Your homie HerbMan is on. Yes, sir. And if you are new to the program, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe on all the platforms at Love HerbMan. All right. So we are currently live here on TikTok and YouTube. So for all you guys that are there on YouTube, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please join the live and go ahead and tell somebody. Go tell somebody your homie HerbMan is on. All right. So we teach people how to heal themselves, you guys, and you cannot heal yourself if you do not know thyself. So we teach you about the human frame and the human design so that you can be well on your way to happiness, wholeness, and wellness. These are the three processes that it takes to get to even the thing called 120 years old, more than ever, what you're talking about with everlasting life. So we try to teach people about how to chase away death, consciousness, and get you back on the right road to balance, and that balance in nature. Okay, so this is free information, you guys. All you got to do to pay for this information is simply pay attention. And how you pay attention is simply tapping that screen to get us up to 100K as we are on the live. Look, we're not going to be with you long today, but we definitely want to come strong. We want to piggyback off of everything else that we've been teaching you guys and introducing to you guys, which is the most ancient system on the planet. Okay, and people before me and people after me will continue to be able to have this gifting, this qualification that it takes to go back and talk to nature. And we just so happen to have that in the name of the owner's manual. You guys, the owner's manual is just like anything else. Every piece of equipment you ever own comes with an owner's manual. It serves as a guide for you to get the optimal uses, the performance, and longevity out of that piece of equipment. And also, it can assist the service technicians to make your repairs easier and faster. Okay, so that's just pretty much what an owner's manual is. And you are no different. You come into this paradigm with an owner's manual because you have a birthday. Birthday is record keeping into the most ancient record-keeping system on the planet. What is the most ancient record-keeping system on the planet? Somebody that's been in my chat for a little bit of time, you guys know it, you guys get it, and you guys want to get this information. What is the oldest record-keeping phenomenon on the planet? Does anybody know? Does anybody have a good guess at it? Okay, we're over 1,000 likes, you guys, so we're jumping right in. We're jumping right in, man. All right, somebody said the word, somebody said the Akashic records. Okay, keep on moving, keep on moving. That ain't it, that ain't it yet. Ain't it. The oldest record keeping, you got crystal, okay, you got certain type of isotopes and things like that in the water that keep time. All right, you got trees that keep time, but there's an old ancient timekeeping system called the path of the sun. Easy. The path of the sun. Thank you, King of Survey. Thank you, Jessica Z. All right, y'all go follow King of Survey and Jessica Z coming in with the knowledge, right? The oldest record keeping phenomenon on the planet is the sun, you guys. And the reason why we call it the record keeper is also the same reason why you would call it the timekeeper, right? It's because through the sun were we able to gauge time. It was through the path of the sun that we were able to gauge time, right? So it became the ultimate record keeper. That at a particular time of day, on a particular day, you wouldn't even have you wouldn't have none of these numbers. This is somebody's birthday from yesterday. So if they here today, then you are the lucky winner for you to be the guest on our show today, right? So 12/27, 1990 is the date on the board, you guys. 12/27, 1990. Let me get out of the way for my YouTubers. All right. Now, what this is saying is that there has been a month. What created the month was the sun, the calendar, timekeeping. What created the day was the sun, timekeeping. And what created the year was the sun, timekeeping. So, in essence, what we're saying to you is that when you're coming here on the HerbMan show, you are being exposed to brand new information, but it's been rediscovered, but you forgot about it. So now you got to remember it to know that it's always existed. And that is simply the spirit of the HerbMan. The spirit of the HerbMan, whether it was a woman or a man, as far as species is concerned, has always had a knack of talking to nature. Okay, so this ain't nothing new. But what it is the return of its understanding and the effectiveness of it for the masses of us who are looking for alternative means to the modern medicine system. If you tired of your doctor and medication, you need something with structure, with system that is going to be able to replace structure and system that you already in. And what we haven't done on the alternative medicine side, right? Whether it be the doctors, naturopathic doctors or less, or the clinical herbalist or less, or whoever you want to call it, the osteopaths or whoever you want to call it, haven't structured a system that can rival the system that you're currently in. So you got to look at the health. It's a system. They're going to send out a little letter to you. They're going to let you know. They're going to call you up on the phone, tell you when you come in. They're going to send stuff out to your mailbox. They're going to let you know, give you a phone call when your blood pressure really need to come on this. So it's a system that offers you things that you think that's kept. Okay? But to rival that, you must have the same, or if not more, care than the modern medicine. So what we're giving you here is not something that you have to come and see your doctor all the time for, but something that now you'll have to where it's at your disposal what you need to do for you. It's an owner's manual. So now you open up your owner's manual to your son, and it says that your son got a tendency of doing X, Y, Z. If you ever get into these tendencies, you can this herbal blends, these herbs, these things right here, and they're going to help them out with any of these issues that they may come about in. What? You finna tell me the car, and you finna give me the specs, the part numbers, everything, and the owner's manual. So for your funky measly $50, that's what we present to the masses of the people here on social media. Okay? For the masses. What's going on, Stacy? So at the end of the day, this is just something that we are allowing the masses of people to understand that exists first. It exists. Secondly, it's highly effective. And thirdly, we're going to keep it highly accessible to each and every one of us out there. So currently it's for a funky measly $50, okay? But with your birthday, we give you the 2 sun signs, your model number, which is your model number is going to be your specifications, all right? It's a lot like the life path number, but we call it the model number because every owner's manual comes with a manufacturing number, and a model number, right? So you have a particular model of a being you are. The reason why this is very important because just because you're two white women don't mean y'all the same people. And just because you're two black women don't mean you the same people. And just because you're a woman, period, don't mean that you're the same as a woman all the way across the state somewhere. And just because you two white men don't mean you the same. And just because you're two black men don't mean you the same. And just because you're a black man don't mean you the same as a white man. These are specifications that come in that the model number will reveal, and we get that from your birthday. Also, what we get from your manufacturing date is your two sun signs. Your two sun signs is your two characteristics, is your two egos, is your two sides to each and every person that's walking the plank. So what we mean by that is every Aries at the sound of my voice has Librian qualities, Libra qualities, and every Libra has Aryan qualities. Every Taurus at the sound of my voice has Scorpion qualities, and every Scorpio has Taurian qualities, no matter who you are. Every Gemini has Sagittarian qualities, and every Sagittarius has Geminian qualities, no matter who you are. Every Cancer has Capricornian qualities, and every Capricorn got Cancerian qualities, no matter who you are. Every single Leo has Aquarian qualities, and every Aquarius has Leoan qualities, no matter who you are. And last but not least, every Virgo has Piscean qualities, and every Pisces on the planet has Virgoan qualities. But you still differ in the model. So that means that you can be a Virgo, but be a 1970 Virgo. That might come out a little something different. In other words, you could be a Virgo with air element. You could be a Virgo with the water element. You could be a Virgo with the earth element. You could be with the air element. But at the end of the day, you ain't the same Virgo as everybody else. So you have this particular differentiation that started to break down from you as you continue to go on through your owner's mate. Now with your model number, with your birthday, we got model number, we got the two sun signs. Now we get the element. The element is that thing which you manipulate in this time and space. So if you are a water element person, it meaning that you could be any sign and be a water element, right? So you're a water element person, then now we show you how to hone in on it. Don't use the water accidental, but intentional. Right? That's what we're offering you for your measly $50. You get all of this. Now, out of that, too, you also going to get your spiritual tendencies and your physical tendencies. What is attached to your diseases? Each physical issue has a spiritual root, and we're going to get to that in your owner's manual for Funky $50. And the reason why this is so beneficial is because we're hitting you in the two-headed sword. Now you also get a diagram that's going to GPS track you, right, in life, in your owner's manual for your funky measly little $50. This by itself is worth $50. I could just track people and just make a business of GPS tracking and put you on that for $50 and everybody be satisfied. But I'm giving you all of this other stuff because the biggest thing that I want to give you, I haven't mentioned yet. The biggest thing that I want to give you for this funky measly $50, I haven't even mentioned yet. And I done gave you a just with this chart, just knowing your two sun signs, you'll never get in native reading. Nobody ever tell you about two sun signs on social media, period. Other than coming to the HerbMan show, you've never ever in your freaking life, I don't give a damn if you loved astrology all your life, you've never heard somebody tell you got two sun signs. And I've been doing this for a long time, so I know it ain't been out there. First time ever information you get, okay? You ain't never seen nobody tie in all this shit to the life path number, to the chakras, to all this shit is sickness. It all means the same thing. But you get it all action packed in your owner's manual. And then next, after we give you your spiritual and physical tendencies, we're gonna give you food by the color. We done figured out that the light color scheme in the chakras is the same light spectrum that you would see if you just go Google the light spectrum. From ultraviolet in the top, the most high, infrared been in the bottom. So you got red, you got yellow, you got orange, you got green, you got blues, and you got your purple. Those are not only chakra colors, they're also light spectrum colors. Now, light spectrum colors, the reason why you want to look at the foods that we give you in your owner's manual is because the light spectrum colors, you can't see nothing but that. It's called the light spectrum that you can see. Outside of infrared and outside of ultraviolet, it goes back to gamma and this GABA or this dark matter. But it's there, it's just that it's invisible to your eyesight. So how do you see infrared to ultraviolet? Because the plants absorb that color. How did the grass get green? Because the grass absorbed the green light spectrum from the sun. You can't see green unless it's absorbed. You can't see these yellow squashes and these oranges, and you can't see these watermelons, and you won't be able to see these things unless you understand that these things are being absorbed. Strawberries are absorbing red. Now, in these colors is, in other words, the medicine. Food is your medicine. So in the red, in the green, in the yellow, in the orange, in the blues, in the purple, are things like phytonutrients, things like lutein, good for your eyes, zeaxanthin, good for your eyes. These are high quality antioxidants. Okay, high quality antioxidants, good for your skin and things of that nature. Carotenoid, okay, things that make the color what they are, chlorophyll. Right? Instead of you going and trying to get that fake chlorophyll, you get it from your dark green vegetables. And if you want to get eyesight better, you get it from your yellows and oranges. And if you want to get your blood sugar intact, you get it from your yellows and oranges. And if you want to get your blood pressure intact, you get it from your reds. And if you want to get your immune system intact, you get it from the greens. And so it's in these colors is the medicine. But instead of you having to be geeked out over what you need in the food, we just give it to you by color, all in your owner's manual. And last but not least, biggest thing that this will give you is not only just your GPS, not only just your model of a human being you are, not only highlighting spiritual and physical tendencies in you, not only allowing you to understand the element in which you can manipulate in this paradigm, not only is it giving you the food by color, not only is it giving you all this information, but it's also offering the remedy. All for a funky, measly $50. And this is the best preventative health tool on the planet. We actually are marketing to the healthy, not to the sick. Okay? And that don't mean that if you're sick, you can't come on here and get no information, because yes, but we're actually intentionally marketing to the healthy. Okay? And the reason why we're marketing to the healthy is a very strategic method, because we're trying to keep people healthy. And we're trying to teach prevention is cheaper than the cure. And we're trying to preach to you that there's no panacea in a product, but there is a panacea in a program. And instead of going to the fallibility of man to figure out your problems, then let's go to the security of nature. Let's go to the ingenuity of nature. Let's go to the intellect and the intuitiveness and the highlightness and the holisticness of nature to solve the problems for you. And so what we can do and what we realize over time is that we can put a birthday of the time that something was born into the timekeeper, and it pulls out medicines and foods and activities, lifestyle wise, and characteristics of that individual that came in under that sun path. You can't get no better than that. When you're looking for an herbalist, you can't get no better than having a technique like that. You can't get no better than whispering Been old plant whisperer and been able to go back and do some old math. Math been the universal language. Math been the number one undefined science on the planet. Math being everything really that is accumulated in this paradigm. All of this stuff is math. Look, you don't understand that this 12 life path numbers. How many of you guys knew that this 12 life path numbers? I ain't gonna be with y'all alone today, but I am gonna come strong. How many of you guys didn't know that it's 12 life path numbers, right? Those 12 life path numbers fit in the seven chakras, 12 planets. I mean, the 12 disciples, the 12 zodiac fits in all this stuff. Okay? Because number 11, number 22, and 20 and 33 also fit into it. 11 is broken down into two, so it becomes the second chakra. Okay, 22 is 4. That's the air chakra, the heart. That's the air element. And then 33 is 6. That's also the air element. So break 12 down, you'll realize that you're getting 3 of those numbers or either 4 of those numbers in the air element. We think that the air is the weakest one on the chakra list because it's the one only in the 7. But out of the 12 numbers, out of the 12 life path numbers, out of all of these different things, all this stuff can get fit in it. So we've been able to synchronize everything to know that this is the best alternative healthcare on the planet. Now let us answer any of you guys' questions. If you guys want to see how this works, put some twos in the chat if you want to see how this works. Keep tapping the screen, you guys. Let's get us up to 100K. Unfortunately, I won't be able to stay with you long today, but you keep tapping, I'll keep talking. I just want to kind of help a few people out today. And then if you guys are interested in the owner's manual, you can just go on over there to my DM me, and we'll get you all the information that is needed for you to get well on your way to Wellville, USA. Okay. We're going back to nature, asking nature about you instead of you trying to ask me. I don't know nothing about you. I ain't never walked a mile in your shoes. I don't know how painful the pain is. I don't know. I don't do self-diagnosis. We don't do doctor diagnosis. We don't do blood tests. We don't do blood type. We don't need no hair samples. We don't need no stool samples. We don't need no urine samples. We don't need no live culture took in front of you. We ain't gonna prick you. We ain't gonna poke you. We ain't gonna prod you. We ain't gonna. It's non-invasive, non-intrusive. Okay, non-invasive, non-intrusive. Right. All we need is the simplest of information to give you the most that you can possibly give them. All right. So how many of you guys are? So everybody is already on to the information. That's a good thing. Everybody's already on to the information. That's a good thing. So now I want to get some contestants real quick on the prices right. Right. Show y'all how this. We do this every day, you guys. So I come on live every day between the times of 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. We're coming live from South Africa. So for y'all that didn't know, we're coming live from South Africa. It's about 4:49. Okay, it's 4:49. So it's probably about 10:49 where you guys at on the East Coast. All right. 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys need to call, you want further information on your consultation. You just got your own manual. You don't understand what the hell you're looking at, and you need further information. We can do that for you. Please call me between 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when you can call. You just save the contact, download WhatsApp, and we'll be there to help you guys. Or we can correspond email, by text, or either by phone. All right. I'm in Jamaica. How can I send you the money to get better? Sophia, all you got to do is go to the website. If you have PayPal, if you're out of the country and you got PayPal, go to the website. It's free shipping. So just hit the free shipping tab and send me your birthday information. Okay, we'll get you started, Sophia. Okay, I got a lot of people from UK. I got a lot of people from Jamaica and all across the country. Look, it ain't no big deal if you can't get the herbs from me. To have the herbs in the owner's manual is the big deal. It ain't a big deal. This thing ain't set up for you to be treated all your life. This is set up for you to heal yourself. This is set up for you to have access to that information in your own, on your own. It's your owner's manual. This is not set up for you to have somebody messing with you all your life. This is set up for you to be able to deal with yourself all your life, but at least you got the instructions on you. It's on you. It's your responsibility. You want to go down there to that doctor, hell, you'll be able to tell them what you need. If you want to go to the herbalist, you'll tell them what you need. If you want to go to a therapist, a psychologist, you'll be able to tell them what you need. If you want to go to your pastor, your imam, or your rabbi, you'll be able to tell them what you need to be looked at because you got your own owner's man. You know what you need. Advocating for yourself in a way that nobody has ever been able to educate you on you before. Got gallstones and my pressure is high. Okay, so if you got gallstones and your pressure is high, then that means that you got a lot going on in life. Okay, so at the end of the day, self-control issues. Okay, self-control issues is a big thing that's going on in your life. Okay, doubt and trust issues is another big thing that's going on in your life, and also there is some instability going on career-wise or financially or something about going on around that area that is causing you stress and anxiety and worry. Okay. So worrying, doubt and trust issues and self-control issues is why you got gallstones, and that's also why you got high blood pressure. Whoever that was that just said that. Based on your disease, we can tell you what's going on in your life. Okay. Based on your disease, we can tell you what's going on in your life. All right. Possible kidney problems, Khadijah Brown, the same thing, right? Worry, worry, and anxiety and stress has caused a rundown on the kidneys. Okay, so you guys need to get your owner's manual so we can spit out that remedy. Can I say this? And I'm gonna say this to all 100 of you that's on here right now. I appreciate all of that, but we really do need more people. Okay, so please keep tapping the screen. But I'm gonna say this, even though it's very early in the live. I'm gonna say this. Okay, you guys can heal yourself with the right information. And for a long time, we have been befooled by information. It's good information, but wrong application. Nobody shows you really how to do something. Religion, people tell you what not to do, but don't tell you how to do what's right. They just tell you what not to do wrong, right? And so you have this highlighting of what not to do. Nobody want to tell you how to do what it is that you say is possible. Okay? And for a long time, that's been studied. Okay, it's been studied. And this is the study of man's fallibility, is because we have not valued the two dynamics in a nutshell. And what I mean by that is that there is value of your body. Your body holds value. If you don't come into this paradigm and value your body, meaning you drinking, you doing whatever too much, then you don't value the physicality of the paradigm, then you lose the aspects of being able to live everlasting. See, everlasting life is given to you, but you must know how to open up the door to it. Everlasting life also means that you are also going to be in your now body. In your now body. So now you got to understand how the body preserve. Body preservation has to be a factor. It has to be something that you now start to add to the equation. How do we preserve the bodies in the living? Right? Okay. Now, on top of that, and the key thing about body preservation is not your outer skin. The key thing about body preservation is your inner organ. Okay. Body preservation is not a skin cream. Body preservation is not a skin cream. Body preservation is not a topical cream. Body preservation is an internal thing that must take place. When they did mummifications back in the day, if you study ancient mummification, it was taking out of the internal organs, then they was able to preserve the body. You got to take out them internal organs in order to preserve the body, right? Because when the internal organs rot, then the skin will show forth of that rotting. When the internal organs go bad, then it's going to show forth on the outer parts of the particular body. And that's no different than what I've been teaching you about the spiritual and the physical. That you thinking because your knee hurt at the kneecap, that the knee must be the problem. But it can be a pain from all the way over across the block. It can be a trauma from all the way from last year that is troubling you today. And so it ain't impeccable anymore for anybody calling themselves a physician or a genius to just go at the spot in which the baby say ouch at. Now we got to start looking at the behavior in which causing the ouch. I ain't mean to bust you upside the head, but I told you it wasn't gonna be long, but it's gonna be strong. So what we are presenting to you, people on this planet, is not something that you can just continue to keep scrolling away frivolously from. Because the less your children tune in, the higher the average of lower life expectancy becomes. The less you keep listening is only a magnification of the higher number of low life expectancy that will come. They said that in the next 20 years that everybody's going to have some form of cancer. How do they know that? Why would they predict that? Why would they even suggest that? Why would you even say that? Because they know that you can't get rid of these cancerous emotions because ain't nobody dealing with you on them. See, when folk come up on my live, they tell me a disease, they looking for a herb. I tell them about a spiritual problem. And you rarely go hear from them folks anymore. You rarely go hear from them anymore. They come and they go because people don't want to work on the internal. And what I'm trying to get you to see is that body preservation has to have internal work. The internal organs must be removed in order to preserve the outer layers of the skin. So this is a metaphysical terminology or spiritual message that says that then that means I must work internally on myself in order to improve my outer performance, appearance. And in removing internal organs is an example of removing internal trauma to body preserve. But the first thing is you must understand that body preservation is a part of everlasting life. Body preservation. I know you're hearing it first here. I know you are hearing it first here. So really quick, you guys, when we get to 50K, because we're almost there really quick for 50K, we want to get somebody a birthday. So anybody that's got a birthday out there that is sick, I want to really deal with people who are sick. Okay, if you're sick and you're watching us today, put some ones in the chat, and then let's see if we can do something for you today. If you are sick and you're in the chat today, and you might be looking at, stage 4, stage 5, you're looking at issues that haven't been rectified from natural remedy or either medical, allopathic remedies, right? Or homeopathic or chiropractic. Or, you've been to massage therapists. You've been, to numerous amount of neuro doctor, this doctor, that doctor, and still haven't been able to get the reciprocity footing on your health that you're looking for. And if you're on this show today, we want you to chime in. We want you to put some ones in the chat. And we want to try to see if we can get a couple of you guys a free reading today, okay? A free reading today. Again, you guys, I can't stay long. Okay, I think we do have some power interruptions that's going to come here shortly. So we want to make sure that we can get them in and get you guys going. If you are interested in the Honest Manual, please feel free to DM me and we'll get you the information that you need. On YouTube, we're live on YouTube and TikTok. So please, you guys, go and subscribe to the YouTube page and get that going, as well as what we've been doing here on TikTok. This is a movement, it's not a moment. So don't worry about me, okay? There's going to be plenty. This is just, I'm just being the armor bearer, right? What Dr. Sabi couldn't say is what we're beginning to be able to say. And what Dr. Sabi couldn't do is what we're beginning to be able to do. And the world now is starting to come because folk like that and folk like us will continue to keep using platforms like this to get the word out that help is around the corner and there is a ram in the bush. Okay, there is a ram in the bush. All right. I have thyroid issues. Jody, you got thyroid issues because you got trust and doubt issues, Jody. Reason why you got thyroid issues because of doubt and trust issues, Jody. And another reason why you may have thyroid issues, Jody, is because you haven't been able to be heard in life. Uh, doesn't mean that you're mute. It means that you, the value in which your ideals, your creativity, your mindset, what you bring to the table, has been suppressed. And anytime you suppress the voice of another person, that can start to mess up the thyroid. Okay. When and found a spring to get fresh water, like you said, that's what's up. That's what we're talking about, you guys. That's what we're talking about. Okay. That's what we're talking about. All right. So really quick, because I see all y'all ready for the little birthday thing. Y'all ain't got no questions. We already have 50K. So let's go ahead and do it really quick. Okay. So for the people who put some ones in the chat, okay, I want my chat to be respectful. Let's get some of these folks that's really in need. Let's wow them. Okay. I know you guys have been on my chat a lot. You guys come to the HerbMan show every day. I appreciate you. We definitely need your support. We definitely want your support. And we want to show some of these new people. We want to encourage the new people to come, but we also want to show some of these new people what you can actually get for this little funky measly dollar that we talk about, okay? And what you actually can do with the information is at the palm of your hand, all right? And then also how amazing and entertaining that this can be for you if you just watch the show and tune in, all right? So with that being said, on the count of three, you guys, on the count of three, let's get some of my ones, my sick people who got a birthday. Okay, sick people with a birthday. Let's get you going, all right? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I can't do nothing for your brother, man. I want them to be here to do it. Engaged to life, I needed a year. Divine Elaine. Okay. So Divine Elaine, are you still in the building? A Divine Elaine, are you still in the building? Again, you guys, look, if you cannot correspond, I will not put you up if you cannot correspond. Okay. Now, Divine Delane, is this 9458? Okay. If you cannot correspond, we will not be able to talk to you. Divine Delane, is this the correct 9458? Feel like she said, yes, sir. Okay. So, really quick, let me show you guys how this goes. Okay. 9559. It just said 9458. 9559. All right. It's burning out here. It's burning out here. So 9559. So Divine Elaine, you have a good birthday. Otherwise, I gotta go to somebody else. You already done messed me up with the wrong birthday. 9559. Are we talking about the same person? Okay, cool. Now 9559. So this is how the owner's manual will go for each and every person tuning in and for your loved ones. All right. So 9559. So at the end of the day, this is all about master numerology and master record keeping of the sun. Right, so we're following the path of the sun. So 9559. So anything between 821 and 921 is going to be what we like to call a Virgo. Right, anything between 821 and 921 is what we call the Virgo. Now, The starting line here is your finishing line, okay? The starting line is your finishing line. When you're looking at this circle, and you get this in your owner's manual, so you get a circle in your owner's manual, you get your two destinations, your current destination, and you also get your starting destination, your finish line. So this is going to be your destination, and then we got to get your current location. All right. So now your current location is going to be given by your age. So 59, then we know that you are somewhere around what 60, what was that? 66. That's what we're looking at, 66. Anybody know? That's what we're looking at, right? 66, right? Yeah, we're looking at 66. Okay. So 66 years old. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 6. Okay. So this is where you currently are. Okay. Well, yeah, she's 65. Okay. 65, 66. You're going to be in the same spot. So this is where you currently are. You're in Pisces. So for the last 5 years, there have been some things that have been happening to you that have been out of your control. There's been some unknown stuff popping up in your life that you had nothing to do about. You didn't even understand what was going on, but that's because you're in that Pisces, you're in that unknown lesson of life, right? Unknown is a lesson, okay? And also you're at the elder statesman of life. Okay, so you came in the paradigm where little usage of the body was required. Then you came in very early having to exercise the mind and the spirit. So since you were, let's say 10, since you were 10 years old, you've been in the spiritual realm of life for the last 50 some years. Y'all see, I don't know Miss Divine Elaine, but you see she's saying correct right now, right? Let's keep on walking Miss Divine down life. Okay. So understanding that you're in the elder statesman of your spirituality. Again, this stuff going on in your life when you have nothing to do about it, it can throw you for a loop because you don't know that that's a lesson. That it's going to be some things going on that I don't got nothing to do with it that I got to go through. Okay? But that's a lesson of life. So that's what's about to happen. But here's the thing. You're about to come into, you're actually in transition. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, so 65. 65 years old is when you started coming into transition. So now, from the last 5 years, things have been happening, but in the last year, you started to see this transition started to formulate. Well, you're starting to see the changes. Transitions are when there are major life events happening in your life, and it could be for positive or it could be for negative, right? But these are major life events because you're transitioning from one season to the next. So just like the weather have some craziness going on with it when that in that transition, your life will as well. So you look for the transition. The biggest thing about this is for the preparation. I can't stop the storm from happening to you, but what we can do is prepare you for it. Okay? That's what we can do. We can prepare you for it. Now, on top of that, now we can start looking at what kind of model Miss Elaine is just off of that. Now, obviously, I understand that this Virgo right here is so you were born, so this is the middle deacon. So off the middle deacon of Virgo, we know off the rip to watch your stomach. Okay? Off the rip, we know to watch your stomach because you got two sun signs, right? Every Virgo has some Pisces in them, okay? So for Virgo, that's the earth. The Pisces is the water, okay? So off the rip, when we're talking about that, we're talking about stomach, watching your stomach, or watching your nerves, watching your stomach and watching your nerves. And particularly, Miss Divine, is watching the nerves in your feet. Okay? Watch your stomach and watch your nerves, and in particular, the nerves in your feet. Now let's keep on going. Now we can also look at the model number in which you are. We'll say 9 plus 5 equals 14. So 1 plus 4 equals 5. Okay? Then we'll say 15 plus 9 is 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. old gals that like to talk to yourself in the bathtub. Yeah, you like to talk to yourself in the bathtub. You like to talk to yourself in the shower. You like, you drank plenty of water. You like the beach. You like this, that, the third. You just drawn to water. Okay. Now y'all watch Miss Divine. I don't know, but you just drawn to water. Okay. Now this is because you are a. Now this is what I tell y'all about it being different. This is a Virgo, which is an earth element person that is drawn by water. That her element ain't earth, it's the water element. And you see her right there, she just said correct. I love the beach. This woman born in 59. So this ain't my little cousin across the street answering these questions. This ain't little cousin Pete from up there. Hey boy, I'm about to get on the line, dog. Got them call in. This ain't none of this shit. These are folk that could be your mom and dad. My mama was born in 59. My mama was born in 59. So this woman old enough to be my mama. She knows real from fake. She could just simply say this boy talking shit on him and keep it moving. I'm showing you that not only is this going to be accurate in these little nuances that I'm teaching you, but I'm also showing you that this is going to be accurate with the remedies that you need for your health. That's the big thing about this. Not this little, I'm just showing you this just to show you what it do. But what it really do is pop out the remedies. Earth, water, water. So we know that if you're dealing with any kind of emotional condition, any kind of water condition, Miss Divine, then I'm going to give you some fire herbs. If you're dealing with any kind of earth condition, I'm going to give you some air herbs, okay? Now, when we're looking at the foods, then we go back down here to the color code. We know right here, earth is red. So you need red food for your earth condition, right? We know that the gonads right here is yellow and orange. So we're going to say yellow and oranges. Then we know up here with the reds, the blues and purples. So red foods, yellow and orange, blues and purples. Now we got your food. Okay? You got the herbs after we said your water condition, we're going to give you fire herbs. Your earth condition, we're going to give you air herbs. So that's the herbs. Then we just told you need red foods, blue and purple foods, and you need yellow and orange foods. That's your foods. Now we can go to the spiritual tendency, right? If you are dealing with earth issues, watch your stress and watch instability in your life. If you are dealing with any kind of earth issues, watch your doubt and trust issues. If you are dealing with any kind of water condition, watch your guilt and unforgiveness. And also watch your delusion and loneliness. You know what's going on in your life by your disease. Right? Anybody else want to give it a go? Anybody else want to give it a go? All right. Miss Divine, just understand that the latter part of your life, you're finna go into a phase to where you're gonna really be required. There's something going on in your life to where you're gonna really be required to have more physical energy. If you don't got that, then you may not make it out of this spring and summer of life. Okay? Just keeping it real with you. It's because this is the physical side of life. If you ran down your body here, then you don't have enough body to make it here. What we're trying to do is simply get you to 120 years old. If I can get you to 120, I can get you to everlasting life. That's what my real goal is, you guys. And for a funky measly $50, I believe that that's the market price for this value because it's really priceless. And since I can't charge you an astronomical ass number, then we gotta put it as okay. If you exuded a lot of physical energy in a spiritual time of your life, then obviously you're gonna run out of gas during the physical time of your life. That's why this is so important. So the earlier we get it, we know how to attack the season in which we're in. The earlier we obtain the information for our children, we'll know how to attack the situation that they're in. The earlier that you get, all you're trying to do is conserve energy physically. If you're born, or if you first she was born in Virgo, she didn't know this information. So most of her life, from 10 years old, she's been in a spiritual battle, a spiritual time of life, and don't know it, but can be exuding a lot of physical energy. And then guess what? The next test coming up is physical. You be like, shit, physical. I got a physical fitness test at 65. Y'all could have been told me that. I would have been preparing by conserving one's energy. You see what I'm saying? How the hell y'all gonna pop up on me a physical fitness test at 65? And this is the next part of your life that we talking about too. We ain't talking about just no one day test. And here it is. I'm hopping into this time of my life. I'm battling. I got arthritis. I got diabetes. I got autoimmune disease. I got cancer. I'm barely hopping in to this part of my life because spiritual side done beat me the hell up. And you won't make it. So if you think that 120 years is impossible, everlasting life, you can't even fathom. It can't even dawn on you to be able to partake in everlasting life. 120 years is mind-boggling. And we're trying to teach you that it's not. It's feasible, it's accomplishable, but you must have a program. And the program is that you must have balance. And that balance ain't just everybody talking that crap. It's about knowing how to put you in balance. Okay. And I don't know how to put you in balance, but I do know what can put you in balance. And that's this. And I know how to interpret this. So the only reason I would know how to put you in balance would be to go and reference this. So when you're calling me, don't ask me to tell you about what the doctor said about you. Get your owner's manual and then let me explain what nature said about you. I don't know what the doctor said about no hypochondriac. I don't know nothing about no infillitis. You know, I don't know nothing about no booty scratch disease. I don't know nothing about that impetigo affiligo. Okay, and that ain't that they stuff. Don't leave that stuff up to them. When you come to me, then I got to take you to who I go to. And I don't go to the book. I don't go to the ranges. I don't go to the machine. I go to nature. I go to nature. And when you want to go to nature, then that's when you come holler at your homie HerbMan, all right? Anybody else? Anybody else want to be tracked in the wheel of life? Anybody else want to be tracked in the wheel of life? If you guys are interested in your owner's manual, please DM me and we'll get you the information that you need. 82464. Yeah, I like some of my old folk come on here now. 82464. Okay. 82464. So when we're looking at this, we know from 821 to 921 is again the Virgo. And that's why y'all all on my goddamn page, because all your Virgos are into health and fitness in one way or form or another. So that's why we have this heavy influx of Virgos. So it's not accidental. I'm a health guy, and you guys are always health conscious. Virgos are always health conscious people. Right? Whether they do it or not, whether they know it or not, whether they live it or not, they do know about it. Okay. Now, health conscious. So Virgo, 64 years old, so that means you what? 60, going on 61, right? So you 60 years old right now. So we'll say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay. So you're in your Aquarian phase, but you're going into, as soon as you turn 61, so this year, you're going into your Piscean phase as well. So you're going to spend years in this unknown. So just be prepared. But you're also in the spiritual time of your life as well. Hopefully, you didn't exude a lot of physical energy, because the next 60 years is going to require a lot of physical energy, a lot of the masculine energy, a lot of your get up and go. And hopefully, you're able to do that. See, there's some people that can come into the paradigm where at the beginning of their life, they're going to be poor. but at the end of their life, they're gonna be rich. Some people can come into the paradigm where at the beginning of their life gonna be bad and something, but at the end of their life, it's gonna get good. There's some people that can come into this paradigm where at the beginning of your life you're young, but you're old, and at the end of your life you're old, but you're in a young state. See, so everybody get their turn. But if you don't understand duality, you don't understand how to wait for your turn, how patience, how contentment, virtue, how pace, how preservation, body preservation is important for you to be able to understand that the things gonna change. So you could be eating unhealthy than a summer bitch right now because you're only 10 years old and you're only 15 and you're only 20 and you're only 30. But I just told you that at some point shit gonna change. Your health is gonna change at some point. You can just, but you can keep on going until you get to that point. But I'm just trying to get you to see that that's gonna be a point. Now, here's the thing: add the point of you running down your body physically like that, but then don't know this point. So now you done ran your body down at 40 and 50, and but the PT test is about to come around the corner. I'm talking about the PT test of life. It's about to come around the corner. Life is about to get hectic, and you ain't fit for it. Uh-huh. Your life is about to go into some different nuances and different levels and different twists and turns and different storms, and you ain't ready for it. You ain't fit for it. Prepared for it because you don't have this information at the palm of your hand. Okay? So you can do your body injustice. Okay? Injustice. All right. Now we know that this is the same Virgo as the other person. Let's see what kind of model. Now the last person was a model 11. So right here you got 8 and 24. Right. So that's gonna make 32. 3 and 2 is 5. Okay. Then you got 16 and 4. That's 20. So that's gonna be 2. 2 and 5 is 7. All right. So the last person that was a Virgo born in 59. So they only 5 years apart. Okay. 5 years apart, but different in model. So model number 7 human being, while the other person born in 59 who was a Virgo, born 9/5/59. This Virgo is born 8/24/64. They're 5 years apart, but they're different model numbers. Ain't nobody told you that yet. Specifications. Okay, which means that this Virgo, yes, you still got the same Earth and Sun, the same two sun signs. So you're gonna say Earth, and we know that Virgo is a Pisces, so we're gonna say water, right? But right here, this 7 is a water. Now that other person was an 11 and was a 2. So the reproductive system, okay, the reproductive system, guilt and forgiveness. This one right here is a 7. That's a water. That's the pituitary gland. Okay, so growth and development. Watch out for cancers. Okay, watch out for alopecia, things growing or not growing on the body, height issues, weight issues. You got to watch out for those things when you're dealing with pituitary gland. Another thing you want to watch out for is your eyesight. Okay, your eyesight. All right, but these are water element things. But you also have to watch out for the reproductive system because the pituitary gland runs the reproductive system. So infertility issues can happen. Reproductive organ failure can be a thing that you got to watch out for. This is emotional right here, right? So your emotional well-being is definitely going to be big thing for you, but you want to make sure that you're balancing that out because right now you have excessive yin, okay? Excessive yin. So if you got excessive yin, it automatically let me know you got deficient yang. So you want to watch out for the upper left and right parts of your body. Okay, the upper left and right sides of your body can be problem areas for you. All right. Now, also, you get the physical and spiritual tendencies here. Again, like we said before, the forgiveness, the loneliness, and the feel things, trust, and stress and instability can become spiritual strongholds for you that can cause some of these issues. But if you're dealing with an earth condition, we'll give you some air herbs. If you're dealing with a water condition, we'll give you some fire herbs and you'll be well on your way. Now, when you're looking at the foods that you should eat, right? You're going to go in the grocery store and get you some red food, okay? You're going to get you some yellow and oranges, and you're going to get you some blues and purples. So blues and purples, yellow and oranges, and red foods is why you should shop by color. And this is for your fruits and vegetables when you're going into that paradigm, all right? So these are some of the things that you got to worry about. Again, like I just said before, you are the first deacon of Virgo. So I think the last one, hers was about the stomach. Yours is going to be more or less about your appetite, okay? Appetite issues and coordination issues. 8/24, 1964. Okay, appetite issues and coordination issues can be the top two things that you want to worry about there. All right. Anybody else? Where you at? You gotta get fit for your future, and you don't know how that look. You don't know what that entails. So again, like I said, I could charge you $50 and just give you a chart like that without none of the other stuff, and could be a million out tomorrow just with the life tracker. Just come. If I just would have came on here and said life tracker, like when these readers are just call it life tracker. Ain't got nothing to do with your health. Ain't got no herbs in it. Ain't got no food in it. I could have just been GPS for your life tracker. Give me your birthday, go, and then you do it. I have $1 million just off of that. Okay, because it's preparing you for your future. It's preparing you for your future. What 8/24 64 at? 8/24/64. We got to hear from you, man. If you guys do not want to give me no feedback, chime in. Don't chime in. The people deserve to know if this stuff is accurate or not. They deserve to know if it's effective or not. If you guys have got the owner's manual and y'all done took the herbs or the herb didn't work, let the folks know. If the herb did work, let the people know. The people deserve to know. I'm gonna be the first to tell you. If you got the owner's manual and you took the herbs and the herb didn't work for you, tell the people. If you got a reading from me and it was inaccurate, tell the people. I ain't scared. I ain't scared. The people deserve to know. Yeah, I mean, because you're gonna get way more information in your owner's manual, you guys. All right. So I'm just kind of going over some very vague information for you as I'm doing this today. But if you really, really want to get the herbs and the foods and everything in a more clear, more concise reading for yourself, then obviously the best thing for you to do would be to DM me and we'll get you over to the information that you need to get your owner's manual. Okay. But trust and believe you're not getting everything that you would get in the owner's manual on the live. All right. I already have manual, need more herbal blends. Okay, that's what's up. You already got the menu. You need more herbal blends. Well, we got the blends shipping out. So just let me know. Okay. 8/26/77. Same thing, right? Virgo, right? Same thing, Virgo in a spiritual time in your life. Okay. 8/27, Virgo in a spiritual time in your life. You also, because you're born in the first deacon of Virgo, need to watch out for appetite issues, as well as um, uh, coordination issues, right? Appetite issues and coordination issues boss up. Yes, thank you, man. I got my own smell. It works. Bless you. Thank you guys for the feedback. That's all we be wanting to know. Let the folk know. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep it from them. If this shit work, it work. If it don't, it don't. I'm gonna be okay either way, even though I know it works because I built the business off of this. I built the business off of it. I've created this paradigm that you see. We're live from South Africa. Okay, we know that this works, you guys. It's just about getting it out to a million people. I'm not going to be your most entertaining person. Okay, I'm not going to be your most educated person. I'm the one that's telling you that I have the most effective thing known to man on the planet when it comes to your health, and that's bar none. Now, if you want to go somewhere else, fine. Everybody like to go get their haircut at their favorite barber. Everybody like to get their haircut from Samantha, who been doing their hair. I get it, but it's gonna come a time when you're going to probably need better. And when that time comes, just know that it's finally something out there that is better. Finally, something that can work. Finally, something that's been researched. Finally, something that's been well put together. Finally, something that comes from ancient, times that we can literally utilize, and it all makes sense. And people have been doing this for as long as we've known it. So it ain't nothing new to nobody. And so, it's a great thing that we're able to use nature in this way for us to be able to get ourselves back into a great standings with our health. My mother's birthday is 10/21. What say you? Just really quick, off the birthday of 10/21/1951 is the fact that we don't know necessarily what she. That's the biggest thing, right? We don't know what she is. A lot of times when you're coming into the paradigm and you're on the cusp, automatically that can start to make you think about some confusing type things, right? But ultimately, she belongs to the Libra side of the fence, Alejandro. The Libra side of the fence, okay? And a Libra is always in spirituality. A Libra is the bispiritual, the bisexual, right? But not in a sexualized way as we know it today, but always having this duality that is outstanding, right? A person that can go any kind of way and do any kind of thing, uh, uh, but because they have that understanding on both ends, which keeps them primarily a lot bit balanced, right? So your mama need to worry about two big things as a Libra, okay? Being in the first deacon of Libra, she needs to worry about metabolism, okay? And every Libra is a Aries, okay? Every Libra has Aryan qualities. So we're gonna say look at the metabolism of mama, and then also look at head injury. Mom could be prone to skull and head injuries. There's always something going on with her brain and head, hemorrhages, uh, headaches, migraines, twitching in the just something always going on, bump on the head. So those types of things is what you want to be looking for there, Alejandro. All right, just really quick off the quick scheme of things like that. Now, obviously, too, uh, Alejandro said that boy good. Yeah, but we're doing this for help. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I love this because now we have something that can help us in our health that is astrology. Fuck your goddamn money and with your love life, man. Stop using this shit for that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit is fire and it is deep. And when you use it for your health, woo, we on to something, pimpin'. On to something. You feel me? We on to something when we use this thing for our health. We on to something. I hope y'all can see what I'm doing. Now y'all can feel it now, right? Instead of doing this for money and love like we've been doing, there's another dynamic to astrology, astronomy that can help you in your health. It can help you in your health, Henry. Yes, sir. This thing can tell you what's going on with your health. Let's use it for that. And let's start to defy time. Let's start to eradicate time. The only nemesis to everlasting life is time. Let's start to defy time, right? The number one sin after we ate the fruit or whatever that fruit was, right? And I said it's the fruit of the mind, it's the fruit of the thought of doing something grander and greater. When we ate that fruit, the first thing that they did was strip us of our health. Now you can't live forever because you got banished out of the garden where the tree of life was at. Then I came and showed you that the tree of life is in your cerebellum. Then I came and also showed you that your cerebellum is where balance is at. So when I teach you about balance, we got to see where the hell balance at in my life. Balance at in my life is a thing exterior, but balance in my brain is a thing that's actually a part of me. And so we're proving to you God's word through your body to show you what it really means. The tree of life is about your cerebellum, and your cerebellum is called the little brain. And the little brain sits on the brain stem. Uh-huh. See? And it's the one that's in control of balance. So now when we teach you about what balance looked like and how balance would feel like if you got there, we then gonna show you what balance at in your body so that you can know where to put this energy at, know where to focus this energy to the back of my brain, the little brain. I want to focus this energy to the cerebellum specifically to get to activate balance in my life. We also know that the cerebellum controls movement, balance, and posture. Okay? Just a few things. The tree of life. Then from there, it said that the little matter inside of the cerebellum is called arbor vitae. And then I thought to myself, I know an herb called arbor vitae. Go and look for arbor vitae in this white cedar. White cedar is known to be an herb that can help you with self-abuse. Oh my goodness. I ain't say drug abuse. I said, hey, your body didn't say drug abuse. That said that herb can help you with self-abuse. Now, how many times we've been talking about self-harm being the harm? Huh? That's how you got the issue. Cause of self-harm. So now we got an herb that can help us with self-harm? Are you crazy? Now you just told me, HerbMan, that there wasn't no herb for me. Oh, but we found it deep in the word. You just got to continue to keep coming and tuning into the HerbMan show so that you can get the word revealed to you. Look, I told y'all this other day and the day before. I'm going to say this again, and I might say this on every live. Your pastor and your doctor should be the same person, not two people. Wealth and health are not two different seminars and two different conversations and two different people that need to talk about it. It's one conversation in one. I'm gonna repeat this one more time because they told me that 20 people came in that had some hearing aids in from we're supporting a class of people today. So we want to make sure that we are very articulate and very loud and clear when we say this again to them 20 people in the back. Okay, your pastor and your doctor are supposed to be the same person. You don't supposed to see two different people for those things. Health and wealth is the same conversation. It ain't two seminars you're gonna go pay for. It ain't two people that you're supposed to go listen to from. You are a whole person that's being divided at every nook and cranny, and you can't see it. You can't see it. And when you can't see it, it's hard for you to grasp what we putting down. Everlasting life. It first comes from the activation of your life into already preconceived understanding of what life is, which is what we would call the natural things that are happening, the natural phenomena. You got to wake up and how to get in line with it. not get out of line. You keep waking up trying to go against the weather. The weather says it's supposed to be cold, you want to stay warm. The weather says it's supposed to be warm, you want to stay cool. You just in direct opposition to mama. And don't even know how subtly hard-headed and rebellious you are. Yes, thank you. Engage to Life said thank you for this info. Oh, not a problem, not a problem, man. Thank you guys for the 100K. Okay. We wasn't supposed to be on here long, but at least we was able to get through this particular amount of information. The most high in you is your pineal gland. Okay. I want to say this before I leave. Okay. Understand that there's a preventative tool that you can use at your disposal for you to navigate this earth realm. We want you to understand that also when you learn these tools and you learn how to work them and you get more mature in understanding their design and their usage to you, that now you can start to really hone in on the opportunities that the natural elements present to you. We want you to get that. Okay. With that being said, the most high is in essence what they would call the pineal gland. Okay. What I'm finna teach you is that your most highest state is where? Anybody know? Who know what I'm about to say? Who know what I'm about to say? Your most highest state is what they told you is called the pineal gland. I got it written on the board, but I'm gonna move and let y'all see because I gotta let you to play a part in it too now. Okay? Out the way. I got it on the board. Now I got one of them on the board, the other one I erased. But your highest consciousness, your most highest state of consciousness is when you are what? So the holy throne, consciousness in your dream state, life force awareness. Okay, there we go. There we go. Move you on to something. Relax. Fine. Sleep. Okay, now y'all got it. See, y'all started to read me a little bit, nature baby. You started to read me a little bit, meta marvelous, and understood that the most highest state of consciousness is in your sleep. Okay, the most highest state of consciousness is when you're in your sleep. The most highest state of consciousness is when you're unconscious. Your most highest state of consciousness when you are unconscious. Your most highest state of consciousness is when you're unconscious. All this simply means is that the most highest state of being earth is being here with no thought. The no thought is simply meaning that you should be here. Now, before I show y'all this answer, in order to reach the most highest state, what is the one thing that you got to release? What's the top of the line thing that you got to release in order to be to your highest state? Your cosmic energy. We teach you guys about the 7 deadly emotions. They right here. Okay, they right here. So the pineal, in order for you to get to this level of consciousness, you got to be able to do what? Get rid of your attachment issues. Your attachment issues are going to be your attachments to what? Your wants, your needs, and your desires. The only way you're going to be able to get to the most high state, sleep and meditation, is to release your wants, needs, and desires because that keeps you worrying, anxiety, depressed, and that keeps your ass up. Can't sleep because you want JJ. JJ don't want you no more. because you want the job, but the job didn't call you back. Because you need to pay your bills tomorrow, but ain't no bill money coming in. Your wants, needs, and desires are creating the anxiety and they're creating these emotions. So, therefore, the last job you got to do is be able to cut the umbilical cord on your thought life about this paradigm. So, therefore, no sleep and meditation is through no thought. No thought is no wants, needs, and desires. No wants, needs, and desires is contentment with nature. I'm gonna drop the mic right there, man. I love y'all, man. I hope all of you guys be blessed. Go tell your loved ones, man, that your homie HerbMan is out here. That it's somebody that exists that can help you figure this thing out in life. Okay, all right. So understand this: your most highest state of being is when you are content with nature and you don't have no more wants, needs, and desires because your contentment with nature has shown that you've grown into a more spiritual consciousness of knowing that nature has all of your fulfillment. But again, you spend all of your time fighting against nature. Nature made you look this way. You spend all that money on makeup. Nature made you look this way. You spend all this money on clothes. Nature made you look this way. You spend all this money on food. Nature made you look this way. You spend all this money on all of these stuff because you've never ever accepted and been content with nature. And without that contentment, there is no righteous entrance into what you would call a demon or the heavenly consciousness. You must mend the broken relationship between you and nature. You gonna call that God. The pastor can call it God. I ain't mad at you calling nature God, but I'm talking about nature. You have to repair your relationship with nature. And as soon as you're able to repair your relationship with nature, and y'all able to hash it out, able to forgive one another for your obliviousness, your ignorance, you know, and now the veil is open and you realize how important nature can be to you. You can start to preserve nature. You can start to be the good steward and the good steward of this particular paradigm and gardening and grow and producing yourself every single dream that you've ever wanted you can do in this paradigm. Again, you guys, health and wealth are not two different conversations. Okay? And your pastor and your doctor shouldn't be two different, right? It is high time that we start to learn the eclectiveness, the holism of the individual. And we start to learn how to embody and service one another in that holism. I love you guys, man, and it's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Please go tell somebody to go tell somebody about your homie HerbMan. And until next time, love HerbMan. If you guys are interested in the owner's manual for funky, measly $50, all you got to do is give us your pay. We'll take it from there, you guys. All right. We love you, man. DM us, and we'll get you the information that you need. Peace. All right, YouTube. We appreciate the love. We're gonna holler at you guys, man. Tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. All right. Y'all can come back through and holler at your homie HerbMan. Until then, peace, love, and wellness.